2015 is coming to a close, and every Tom, Dick and Harry on YouTube has their own top 10 games of the year lists. Cliché. So I asked myself, what exactly is it that makes a video game good? Controls? Story? Challenge? Graphics? It's none of that junk. It's how good are the kills? When you get right down to it, a lot of video games involve killing someone or something. Alien bastards, terrorists, Goombas, whoever they are, they're destined for the grave. And it's our duty and delight as players to pull the trigger. We love it. Shooting people in the head is just more fun than moving flower petals around. The Last of Us is an accepted all-time classic masterpiece of gaming, and you can crack dudes in the skull with a brick in that game. Looking back, 2015 was a great year for games, so how was it for kills? Here are my top 10 kills in a video game in 2015. Number 10, killed a noon wraith in The Witcher 3. Geralt of Rivia rolls into the village on the back of his horse, Roach. He checks the bulletin boards. Locals having trouble with some kind of ghost. Geralt inspects the place. His Witcher senses tell him he is dealing with a noon wraith. Recalling his vast knowledge of vicious monsters, he decides to skip reading the lore for this one. He prepares the ashes, a trinket, fire, for the ritual that will loose the spirit from this world. The noon wraith appears from smoke, ghastly. It could be trapped with the Earden spell. Spectre oil coats Geralt's silver blade, and with the added strength of a thunderbolt potion, he strikes. And then he keeps striking. And he strikes. And he's striking. Back up. Don't want to take too many hits. Alright. And we're striking. Throw another Earden up. We're striking. And I killed it. Yeah! The Witcher 3 is a dry game, but if you can allow yourself to become excited with the discovery of a potion that does 10% extra damage against one type of enemy, then you'll be rewarded with a rich, sophisticated open world game with tons to do, an addicting collectible card minigame, and some challenging, satisfying kills, whether they be on monster or man. Number 9, killed some guards in Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. MGS5 controls perfectly. You're agile, you're slick. Distracting guards and choking someone out are the most enjoyable they've ever been. Throw an empty magazine here, sneak by there, grab the target and get out of there. And then you get seen and the alarm goes off. The tranquilizer gun is my preferred option in MGS, but every once in a while some guy just needs a bullet in the brain. Yeah, I could sneak my way up behind this patrol, or I could take out this rocket launcher and end the fight before it begins. Let Quiet snipe a few lookouts just to stop her humming over the radio. Plant some C4 for the tank to drive over. Go nuts with the AK. Anyone left alive at the end gets dragged back to base for a personality evaluation with Revolver Ocelot. It's a real shame that Metal Gear Solid 5 is not the complete game it should be, because the core control structure is golden, whether you choose to go non-lethal or lethal. Number 8. Killed any and all interest I had in anything Double Fine does ever again in Broken Age Act 2. Broken Age sucks. The plot farts itself and the puzzles get seriously dumb in its delayed, kick-started second act released a year after the first, even though it's still just one game. Once I had to solve a puzzle about wiring mechanisms that correspond to symbols when you put a hexagonal-shaped object into a diamond-shaped hole, using information the character couldn't possibly have known. Once I'd endured the part where you stop a constrictor snake from crushing you by letting it crush you, I remembered why point-and-click adventure games died. They got $3.3 million for this? How much of that went towards hiring Elijah Wood as the main character, or Jack Black as some random NPC? I don't even want to play Psychonauts 2 after that. Number 7, killed a giant mimic in Titan Souls. Titan Souls couldn't be more of a Shadow of the Colossus knockoff if it tried. It's a fun game, but it steps way over the line from homage to plagiarism. That being said, its one-shot, one-kill gameplay is uniquely entertaining and well-suited to its zany, puzzling boss fights. Especially when you go up against a giant mimic, watching its actions, waiting for the perfect moment to shoot your single arrow at its single weak point a single time. If you miss, you have to go and get the arrow back, all while dodging a shower of coins and stompy attacks. Finally, you make your move. One shot, one kill. Then you steal its life force or something in a moment ripped straight out of Shadow of the Colossus. That's not to say Titan Souls is a bad game, far from it. It builds terrific tension leading up to intense kills, and if you're gonna rip any game off, it might as well be Shadow of the Colossus, but seriously, come on guys, make your own game please! Number 6, killed an entire building full of gangsters in Hotline Miami 2. Hotline Miami 2, like its predecessor, is a breathless, full-saturation 80s acid trip of an action game. Music blaring, lights flashing, body count rising. Walk in the building, smash a door in a dude's face, stomp his skull out, knock out his friend by throwing a gun at him, die, try again. You learn the patterns. Eventually, in one glorious combo, you stomp out, gun down, and hack up an entire floor of a building. 20 times multiplier, blood everywhere. 2 floors to go. The white-knuckle action in Hotline Miami 2 is relentless, and just when you think you've got it figured out, it throws a new trick at you. Also, apparently there's a level editor coming out soon, which could be super interesting. Here's hoping nobody tries to recreate their school. Number 5, killed Chloe in Life is Strange. Massive spoiler warning here for Life is Strange, by the way. Exactly how Max got her time travel powers is never explained, but apparently interfering with the natural flow of time is bad for the universe's complexion, and all kinds of crazy natural disasters will destroy the whole town if Max keeps time traveling in order to avoid her friend Chloe's inevitable death. So when the game offers up its final decision, save Chloe but doom the entire town to death via hurricane, or let Chloe die and stop the madness, the choice was obvious. Stop playing around and waste that girl. I was fairly disappointed with the Life is Strange's ending, but the game has a fantastic atmosphere. Sleepy teenage Americana with a hint of murder mystery about it. And even if it's just accidentally making Chloe shoot herself, there are quite a few potential kills considering it's a point-and-click conversation simulator. Also, to follow up my previous comments on Life is Strange, although if my choices do end up affecting the past, I will be very impressed. At least one thing you do does affect the past, only not really. Number 4, killed a Shagaru Magala in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Shagaru Magala is a creature only known through whispers of legends. But when a mysterious plague is driving monsters into a frenzy, well, any more than a giant ice shark is already in a frenzy, the elders suspect the prophecies might be true. The Shagaru Magala has returned to destroy humanity forever. And then I killed it. And then I killed it. And then I killed it again. And then I made a new sword out of its scales and used that to kill it again. And then I went online with my buddies and we all killed it again. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate was my first taste of the Monster Hunter series, and I can definitely understand why it's so popular in Japan. Once the peculiar gameplay clicked, I was hooked. Now I have to join in with the rest of the fanboys and wait 3 years for an English release of Monster Hunter Cross Ultimate Championship Edition 2 Turbo HD Remix, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Number 3, killed a squid kid with an NES zapper in Splatoon. An online multiplayer shooter from Nintendo? And it's incredible? In an environment ruled by modern warfare, advanced warfare, and super advanced warfare, Splatoon is a game where you dress up a squid girl in funky costumes and then have super soaker battles. It's a silly concept, but the game plays perfectly. Gyro control aiming with the Wii U gamepad is surprisingly comfortable. The weapons are varied, and it all has a great sense of style about it. You have supreme control over your mobility, and slipping in and out of ink to weave past an opponent's defenses and blast him in the back with the N-Zap 89 is joyful. You always feel like you earned your kill, unless you use the Kraken, of course. And check out when you fall in the water, straight up dissolve the fools, nothing left but their clothes. And then a cat comes in and tells you who won. It doesn't get much more Nintendo than that. Number 2, killed everyone in Undertale. Undertale is a novel gem of an RPG where you don't have to actually fight any of the monsters. Instead of slaying the bosses, even after they chase you down with spears, you can become their friend, get to know them, and help cook spaghetti with them. It's adorably goofy. But it also allows you to kill every single character in the game. Those exact same monsters whose history, dreams, and friendships you can explore by playing as a pacifist become deadly enemies when you go genocidal. Cute dogs? Kill 'em. Lesbian fish woman royal knights that think anime is real? Kill 'em. The hilarious lazy skeleton who sells you hot dogs and stacks them on your head? He's the final boss, and he is rock hard. Kill him. Undertale shines on every level. Its bullet hell combat is great fun, the characters are all likable, the story is surprisingly deep, and it does some great things with the fourth wall. You can go through the entire game without killing anyone, or you can murder the whole populace. Except for Burger Pants, of course. Can't kill him. Number 1, killed anybody who had it coming in Mortal Kombat X. Come on people, it's Mortal Kombat. Of course it's going to be number 1. Long gone are the days of 16-bit digitized rib cages. This is the new generation of video games, and we can have exposed brains and people's faces sliding off their face and everything. The story mode was a big step down from the last game, but the kills are so good. Arms getting snapped, hearts getting pulled out, it's insane. So much detail put into something so unnecessary. Beat them into submission with superior martial arts prowess, then finish the job, every time. Performing a fatality on your opponent only gets better over time, except for that period where it got drastically worse. But in Mortal Kombat X, just look at it. That fool is dead. You can't kill a fool better than that in a game this year. And that's what it's all about, folks. How good is the kill? At the end of the day, that's all that matters. I should note that I played surprisingly few new games this year, and I don't have a PS Quadruple or X-Bone, so I'm sure there are 100 top 10 lists worth of ridiculous murders you can put off in games I haven't played or even heard about. Maybe not in Yoshi's Woolly World, but, you know,